What's up, everybody? Brian with HappyThumbsGaming here, and we are back with LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga! This happens to be Episode 3, Chapter 4, Defense on Kashyyyk! I figured I'd draw that out a little bit to avoid any misinterpretations. As you guys know, I botch all these words. Brianisms, if you will, but this is free play! We're going to get all of those mini-kits. We're going to get that Super Thermal Detonator Red Brick. We're also going to get that True Jedi Stud requirement. And don't forget to choose old Forlom, our guy here, which we covered in our Preparing for Free Play video, which was quite some time ago. Now, quick reminder, we do have quick links down below in the video description. As you can see, we're going to go ahead and use the Force and manipulate some of these guys here to go ahead and make them puke out some studs. Essentially, what we're trying to do here is stack up as many of them as possible so we can get that True Jedi, as there is a little bit of a grind here. And towards the end, if you don't have it when you hit the beach, you are likely going to be attacked repeatedly and probably lose a lot of studdage. So we're going to recommend you try to get that True Jedi early so that once you achieve it, you cannot lose it. I know that's kind of weird, but it is how it is in this game. I know in a lot of the newer, more recent LEGO games, it actually works that even if you... Basically, you have to finish the level with the True Jedi requirement. That is not the case in this older one. Once you reach it, you get it, and that's that. All right, as we continue with the story here, we're going to find ourselves taking a nice right turn up the pathway here, and we'll use somebody with the Force. I do believe it actually requires somebody with the dark side of the Force. Either way, though, go ahead and manipulate that and reveal some silver bricks. Silver bricks. And, of course, toss a thermal detonator out there and make it go bye-bye. And, of course, collect that red brick, and we are out of here. Next up, we're going to go ahead and follow along with the story, and it takes us right to, well, it looks like some sort of a trap. It's a trap! I guess maybe that's not the right time to say that, but it is. It's totally a trap. We're going to get attacked by a bunch of these guys. I definitely recommend taking out the commander, which has the kind of the orangey, yellow, golden tag on his shoulder there, which we took down, and now there shouldn't be any more. I'm not 100% sure those guys can call in more. I know some of them can. I'm still kind of learning as we go. I'll figure it out by the time we cross the finish line, and it'll probably be too late. But all right, lots of studs floating around. I highly recommend picking all of them up. And same thing applies here. We got all these lights floating around. We can go ahead and use the Force on them, and it actually drops a handful of studs. And then, of course, we can come back and either shoot or, you know, lightsaber, ground pound, butt slam, whatever you want to do. It'll go ahead and make it all good. And all right, so we got a handful more of these to take down. Oh, that one was a little short. Luckily for us, we do have the 2x stud multiplier and the stud attract red brick on, so it helps us collect them, and it also helps stack them. So here we go. We've actually made it to the point of the story where it requires us to save 3 Wookiees. And we're going to actually go and I'm going to start off by taking out all the bad guys on this middle platform here. And hey, this is a good time to remind you guys to click that subscribe button and, of course, ring that bell as well. A lot of you were subscribed to us before that bell was even created. And as a result, you guys don't have that bell rang. So if you guys are wanting to be notified when we go live and when we upload videos, definitely click that bell. All right, now that all the bad guys are gone, now, the reason I did that was so that if I fell or got attacked or anything like that, that I wasn't unsuspectingly being attacked. Like, I took out all the bad guys, they're gone. I should be able to retain all the studdage that I still have. Look at that, I got up top, I took out the bad guys, freed Wookiee number 1, and now I'm going to go ahead and miss a jump. Yeah, there was an edit there. There was an edit there, but it's all good, though. We'll go ahead and keep on with the keeping on, and it's actually a double jump that's required on this last platform, as if you use that grapple, it'll take you back over to where we started. So once you get that mini kit, you are free to move on, and this time we're going to go to the right side, not the left, where we just were. We're going to take out a couple of guys and free that Wookiee there. Now, that's actually the way out of here, so we don't have to totally go... I guess it was up, not right. Technically, it was up. My bad. We go to the right-hand side now. The final Wookiee is up top here. We're going to go ahead and free here after using the grapple. I'm pretty sure it's a female. I mean, there is a rather blonde hairpiece there. I won't make any references to current people of power, but there's definitely a resemblance there. Anyways, we'll go ahead and use the grapple to get up top, and I missed that jump, but good thing for us, there is another grapple over here. Go ahead and use it to get up top and grab Minikit number 2. Now, the way out of here is the up, which I referred to as right a minute ago. That was my bad. And essentially, we're going to go ahead and do the same thing we've been doing. Use the force on all of these lights to make it rain studs. Collect all of them as they come out. And, of course, switch to somebody with... I like the guns, because you can shoot them from a distance, and then it gives you a little bit... you know, the studs, they don't allow you to collect them until they stop bouncing around on the ground. Even with the attract studs red brick, it still is kind of funky on how it works. So, definitely good to shoot them from a distance and collect them as you get up near them. All right, we are getting pretty close to the old beach, right by the beach, man. And you can see here, we're getting pretty close to that stud requirement here, but we are not quite there. Now, we do have almost 62,000, and we're going to try to avoid these guys as much as possible. Now, it is possible you may have picked up the invincibility red brick, and that would come in handy right now. But for us, we don't have it. But we are going to make our way to the right-hand side and use somebody with the super hops like Jar Jar Binks to get up on that rock. And then right below it to the far right side, there is a bunch of plants. We're going to use the force to go ahead and manipulate them until, well, a bunch of studs come out. And what you're looking for is that giant carrot. Once you get that carrot out, you're going to see that it's actually 1 of 3 carrots. And we're going to go ahead and show you where the other 2 are right now. Now, we do get attacked. I mentioned that the beach was bad news bears. Walter Moutho. And we're going to go ahead and try to avoid all of these guys. Now, I did find something kind of interesting here. Because we have the 2x stud multiplier, and because sometimes when we die, it drops a blue or at least 1,000 studs, technically, we can actually make a little bit of money as long as we don't die repeatedly and we are able to recoup some of those coins that were dropped when we die. So if we get blown up by one of those bombs, make sure you collect that blue stud that was left behind, because you lost 1,000 studs, but you can gain 2,000. So as long as you're, you know, quick and nimble and move all the way over to the far left-hand side like we did to avoid all of the oncoming troops, you should be able to get the true Jedi right around the same time as we are. And again, we are manipulating all of these plants looking for that 3rd and final carrot. And there she blows. We're going to go ahead and get our nom-noms on. Actually, we're going to go up top and collect our Minikit. But first, we're going to try to collect as many studs as possible because we want that true Jedi. And there it is. All right, so we got that. We just need a grappler to get up top. Now, keep in mind, this is the way out. You're going to shoot these 2 targets, and it's going to open that gate, and that is the way out of here. You do not want to go there yet. I repeat, do not go there. Instead, you're going to drop down and head back to the right. We actually passed a Minikit that was waiting for us on the beach, but we did that so that we could get all the carrots in one go. We didn't want to split them up. So here we are. We've officially made it up. And now we've made it over, and booyaka show! We, in fact, have 5 of the 10 Minikits now, and we're going to make our way back over as quick as possible to go ahead and slip through that gate and get on through to the other side. Here we go. All right, so we are good to go with the True Jedi. We just need those 5 remaining Minikits. Now, as soon as we spawn in the next area, there's you notice an X-Wing. It's kind of sinking over there. I don't know if it's quicksand we're dealing with or if it's just water. Either way, we're going to go ahead and forget about it right now. That's right, forget about it. Instead, we're going to go all the way to the back and get up top where we find this Roger. He, I believe, is one of the commanders that can call in more droids. I could be wrong on that, but I went with that theory anyways. It's a good one to stick with just in case. And by going up to that far right side and taking out that 2nd commander, we get right up close and personal to the 6th Minikit. So make sure you swoop that before dropping down. Now, okay, so full disclosure. I made a mistake and I had to play this level over again. I missed one of the Minikits. It was my bad. I knew it was there, but I just missed it, and so I had to play it again. When I played my first time through, as I lift up this X-Wing using the Force, I accidentally tossed a thermal detonator right there where all of those Rogers were, the battle droids. And I think it took out like 5 or 6 of them with one explosion, and I actually got an achievement for it. So I feel like this is a good time to mention that, but also a good place to get that achievement. Now, what the name of the achievement was, I have forgotten. So that's my bad on that. If you guys do have some questions about what it is, feel free to drop a comment down below, and I will do my best to respond to that comment and answer with the appropriate thing. But, all right, so once you get that X-Wing up out of the water, you're going to want to use Jar Jar Binks or someone with double jump to go ahead and get up high and collect that Minikit. All right, next up, we're going to go ahead and go through this back little crevasse. Whoops. Got a little happy there. Look, like, I was all confused. I actually looked down at my notes when I went through, and I didn't realize I'd come right back through. And I'm like, wait a minute, I was just here. All right, so turn back around. Here we go. We're off and at him now. Basically, as soon as we get to the crossroads here, we get attacked by, like, I believe it's 5 troopers and 4 or 5 battle droids. We'll go ahead and take all of them down, and we're going to make note. Did you see the 2 guys that just dropped down in the back there? That's kind of important because it's relevant to our achievement guide solution. And, hey, don't forget to click that like button. But basically, there's the 2 guys that drop down from up above on a platform. They're only relevant because they kind of give us a perspective of where this bush should be. Now, this bush is pretty easily spotted, if I'm being honest. So we'll go ahead and just manipulate that with somebody using the dark side of the Force, like Vader. And, of course, the game is going to give you maybe a different character. It should probably give you the similar ones, but it should always give you a character with the abilities needed. So although you may not have Vader, or like, for example, I have young Anakin, right? You may have gotten an Ewok instead, or vice versa. So, all right, now, you probably noticed there was a bluesy in that corner. It was really easy to get. In fact, you can actually bypass this whole right side by just double jumping up top, getting that blue, and going up the hill. The problem I found with that is your other character is not smart enough to follow you and do the same. Apparently, you have to come over here and actually manipulate these 3 little plants, and 2 of the 3 give you little ledges to get up top, and we're going to keep on with the keeping on while trying to avoid the old Indiana Jones here. That's right. So about halfway up, we actually find a grapple point. We're going to go ahead and use a grappler to get up and grab Minikit number 9. So we're getting pretty close to having all those collectibles and being ready to move on to the next level. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready to move on to the blue Minikits. I'm having fun with the free play, but, you know, as somebody who's having to put in the work and do all this, like, I'm ready to be closer to the finish line, if I'm just being totally honest with you. But we're getting there. We're making some good ground. We're almost to the halfway point of free play, which is pretty sweet. The bad news with that for me is that most of the second half of free play, those levels are rather long. So instead of these 10, 12, 15-minute videos, sometimes even 5 to 6 minutes, we got a couple of real shorties. Most of them are 25 to 30 minutes long. So I'm hoping that I can get through them a little bit quicker now that they don't have like the story and the cutscenes and stuff like that. So we'll see. We'll see. All right, so this is the last mini kit. Now, I'm going to go ahead and start talking about, like, what not to do right now. So there are 4 of these little, I don't know, switches, beebo-bops, I don't know what you want to call them. You have to manipulate them using the Force. Once you've spun them around, you need to attack them, which is going to bring up this giant spaceship. Do not use the Force on that door. I repeat, do not use the Force on that door. We're going to go ahead and use a double jumper to get up on top and use the height to get that mini kit. Now, essentially, if you use the Force, what happens is it opens the door and it ends the level, and you do not want to do that. As soon as we get this door open, a hatch opens, yep, bye. So definitely something you don't want to... I'd hate for you to have to play the whole level over just to get one mini kit. But hey, guess what? We got that super thermal detector red brick on. Lock, lock, lock. We also got that true Jedi stud requirement, which is going to pay out rather nicely. And of course, we're going to get those 10 mini kits all accounted for, if I can speak right. And they're going to give us some more studdage as well. So stack them up, stack them up, stack them. I keep waiting for us to get to some of those red bricks that are actually going to be more meaningful to us. Now, I believe we have to purchase them all before we get that 100%. So, you know, lots of money is going to be needed. Same with the characters. We got lots and lots of characters we're going to need to take on, but we get both gold bricks, get paid a little extra for those too. But that is going to wrap it up for LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga, Episode 3, Chapter 4, Defense on Kashyyyk. Hopefully I got that right. I know I'll never hear the end of it, because I always make fun of Doug, but I'll never hear the end of it. Anyways, check us out on social media. Of course, HappyThumbsGaming.com is always available too. As for me, that's going to do it for now. As always, until next time.